Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Geronimo. This video we are going to be looking at a program called Reshade, and after we've looked at it I will show you how to install this if you want your game to look the same. What does that mean? Well, Reshade is a post-processing program which puts an after effect on the image that the game sends to your monitor to display. Think of it as what Photoshop can do to an image, only this program does it in real time with the game. Alright, but then what does that do? How does that look? Well, I've loaded up a skirmish game here on Amon Amarth, the map, to demonstrate the effect during this assault. Only I'm not sure if you've already noticed it or not, but this is not actually what Rise of the Witch King normally looks like. This is not what the map Amon Amarth normally looks like. Let me disable the program real quick. This is what the program, or this is what the Battle of Middle-earth Rise of the Witch King normally looks like on this map. Now watch as I enable it again. This is what it looks like with the preset that I'm currently running for Reshade. As you can see, the colors are a bit deeper. There's more contrast, and the blacks are deeper as well. So here's my entire army. I'm just going to move it forward and attack the AI's base. And while that's happening, I'm going to switch periodically from having Reshade enabled to disabling Reshade, so you can have a look at the difference. For example, this is off. This is how Rise of the Witch King normally looks, and on Ultra Graphics, and this is with Reshade on. The effect is quite noticeable, I think. As you can see, the whole screen lit up there as the explosion happened, which is one of the effects that Reshade has. The same light up effect happens when Balrog does his fire breath. If you zoom in real close, you even get that. You even get the lens flare, though in the program itself you can disable the lens flare if you don't want it. I'll show you that in a bit. Right, so real quick, that is what it looked like. This is the main menu with Reshade, without Reshade, with Reshade. Alright, so that's basically what it does. I'm going to show you real quick. I think it was in skirmish. Yes, what Word of Power looks like with and without Reshade, because I think it's quite a formidable change. And I think it really shows what Reshade can do to make the game look better. So welcome to Dungeons of Erebor. Here we have a Men of the West army engaging a Mordor AI. Here we have Gandalf, and here we have Word of Power. This is with Reshade enabled, by the way. It looks quite good, I think. If we disable Reshade, you get a very let's get out of there. You get a very stark contrast of what Rise of the Witch King normally looks like, and with Reshade enabled. And now for the Word of Power. So first we do it without Reshade. Looks pretty good, right? Word of Power is never a bad time. Then we load the game again and we enable Reshade. Load save game, yes please. Alright, and we're back in the same scene. Quick lightning sword. Enable Reshade. Lightning sword also looks quite good with Reshade, by the way. Basically every ability that has a fancy graphics effect has a nice effect with Reshade. I actually hoped the Starry Light would be off cooldown, because that looks very nice with the lens flare, I guess, which is Word of Power. Now that had a lot more oomph to it than the same Word of Power only without Reshade. Alright, so real quick, this is just basically what the program does. It basically just increases the contrast, it makes the colors deeper, and it makes blacks more black. And I think it's a general improvement if we look at this army, for example, without Reshade, and then we turn it on. I think it looks a lot better. Alright, so now we're going to quit the game, and now I'm going to switch scenes in OBS as well, so we're probably gonna get a dark screen for a second. Desktop. Alright, so now we have desktop capture. This is the video file I'm recording. So now I'm going to show you how to install this. Reshade, by the way, does not actually alter any of the game files, so it should be multiplayer compatible. It's, as I said, it's not. It's a separate program, a post-processing program. It doesn't actually change the game in any way. All right, let's get Reshade. We go to Google without caps lock. Alternatively, for those of you who are actually tech savvy, you can also type in here Reshade. Alternatively, just type in Google Reshade. First link, reshade.me. Click this, we get this page. It's a whole lot of text. We scroll down as much as we can, which isn't very far, and we click download. Now we're going to get this file here. I already have this file, I'll just delete the new one. Alright. So, before we start, you need to know where you have the Battle for Middle-earth: Rise of the Witch King installed. Which I have it right here in Local Disk C, Program Files, Electronic Arts, and Rise of the Witch King. Alright? Don't mind this different name, we'll get to that later. Double click Reshade, run. I'm going to override my current installation so that I can show you how to get this done and how to get it installed properly. Alright, this is kind of important, these three options. You have to select a direct 3D 9, or when we have selected the game. First we go here. We go to that same folder where we have the Rise of the Witch King installed, Electronic Arts, Rise of the Witch King. And then we click this. We don't click the unofficial launcher, we click the .exe of the game itself. We open, and then this one, DirectX 9. Do you want to override existing installation? I'm going to say yes. It's not going to say this for you, because you obviously don't have it installed yet. This you will see, and you will have to click yes. Do you wish to download a collection of standard effects? Yes, we do. Then it's going to be downloading for a bit, and then you get a list of all the effects that you want. We're going to keep everything on, and we're going to press OK, and it's going to say done. Alright. Seems easy enough, but when we start the game, we're not fine yet. Because the Rise of the Witch King has a problem, namely that the folder name is so damn long that actually, I'm not sure if we can keep the folder name itself. Let's just change it, because this is how it worked for me, so I'll show you how it worked for me. In this folder, the Rise of the Witch King folder, there's now several new files. Also a folder called Reshade Shaders, a whole bunch of other stuff. We're just going to go back here, and we're going to rename our Rise of the Witch King folder. Why are we going to do that? Because the Rise of the Witch King folder name is so large that in game Reshade can't actually keep all of the characters in there, and it needs all the characters since it needs to refer to this folder specifically. These two, shaders and textures, in this folder, and then in the Rise of the Witch King folder. This is too long, it can't handle that many characters, so we're going to rename it. I renamed it to ROTWK, Rise of the Witch King. Before we do that, let's first create a new text file. Text document, old folder name, and then we're going to simply copy. There should be a rename. We copy this, or whatever it says for you, and we're going to put that in here. I did that for this file, old name, and this is the Lord of the Rings, comma, the Rise of the Witch King. This is the old folder name, alright? We want to save that just in case you want to have it back to the old one. Alright, so we put that here. I already did that here, so I'm going to delete this. So in the end, you're going to have one text file, old name, with the original folder name. Now this is going to, renaming the text or renaming the folder itself is going to have one side effect, namely your shortcut is no longer going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click our shortcut, then we're going to right click this, and we go to properties. We go to shortcut, and this right here is our new folder name. This right here was originally this. So in your shortcut, this Rise of the Witch King, as well as here this Rise of the Witch King, in between these doubles, will be this. We have to change it to the new one, Rise of the Witch King. As you can see, this is changed here. If you want to do it specifically, just go to rename, copy this, Ctrl C or whatever, and go to the shortcut, put this back slowly, and paste it. We click apply, and we are good to go. Okay, so I'm going to upload a preset to my Google Drive, which you can download. This is the preset of the program that I use, which is it comes from a guy called Farseer. It was originally made for Empire at War, but it also works for the Battle of Middle-earth. I'm going to upload this, but for now, once you download this file from the Google Drive, which I will link in the description, we just simply copy that and we put it in here. I already have it in here, so it asks me to replace. I say yes, and it's in here. Right, so what do we do now? Well, now we launch the game. Very simple. Shortcut, click the shortcut, should launch the game. Oh shit, I forgot that I need to switch screens in OBS. Give me a second. Alright, so I go to game capture again, so it should display a black screen right now, and now I click the shortcut and it should display the loading screen. Now I'm not sure if OBS is going to actually record this, but on top of the screen you're going to see a message which basically says loading effects. Since this is this After Effects program, it has to actually load all of the shaders and the effects that it puts over the game. It might not do that the first time you start the game, but it will do that once you have configured Reshade and then restart the game. Alright, so to open the Reshade menu, we hold Shift and F2. Go to settings here, it'll show Shift and F2 will open this overlay. Now you're gonna get a whole bunch of complicated stuff here. Don't mind any of this right now. Simply go to settings. Also, if you're installing this for the first time, it should also give you a short tutorial. Just click everything through. You already have a preset, so you won't need one. Now, in these two menus, After Effects search path and texture search paths, and there's going to be a whole lot of random crap. You want to delete all of this, so that's completely empty. Alright, then you want to Alt Tab out of the game, and I'm gonna switch scenes again, desktop. Okay, so now we're in here again, and we want to open this, and we want to open this, then we click on this, and now we get this path here. We copy this. Right click copy or Control C, whatever, doesn't matter. Now I'm going to switch scenes again. Yes. Alright, and we're back in the game. So what we're going to do now is we're going to paste this into the effects thing, and we're going to copy it again, and this time we're going to remove everything up until the Rise of the Witch King. Now we're going to put this in here, and we replace shaders with textures. This name needs to be exact. Textures, exactly as I have typed it down here. And now we again paste here, and we go back to until we only have Rise of the Witch King left. These are the paths that it will look like. Now we Alt Tab out of the game again. And now we go back into the game again, and it should automatically start loading. If it doesn't, this is probably because you haven't have a preset selected yet. I will show you how to do that now. We go from settings back to home, and we go to this drop down menu, and we're gonna find a whole bunch of random crap here. The thing we want is we want this path, Rise of the Witch King, and we want Farseer's preset. .ini. This is the file that is going to tell Reshade exactly which effects to activate and which settings to use for all those effects. If we select something else, nothing should happen. You just get the regular Rise of the Witch King. But we want the After Effects, so we click Farseer's preset .ini, and we now have it activated. If you're real fancy, you can start enabling other effects and disabling the ones that are currently active, and individually tweaking each setting, but we're not going to get into that right now. This is just to show you how to install it and how to activate this preset. This whole step regarding copy-pasting texture paths and renaming the Rise of the Witch King folder only needs to happen for the Rise of the Witch King because it has such a goddamn long folder name. So once you did this, you should be good to go. You should now in the menu screen already see that all the colors have far more contrast. And if you now load up a game, skirmish, pick something, Buckland, play. You might not see an effect immediately, so what we're going to do again is we're going to hold Shift F2 again, and we're going to go to settings, and we're going to set a effects toggle key. Effects toggle key will allow you to disable the effects on the fly. Now this is normally empty. We want to fill it. We can't type something here. We have to press a button. We're gonna bind this to Shift F3. So we press and hold Shift, and then we press F3, and we automatically get Shift plus F3. So click and hold Shift, and then F3. Okay, this is now set. There's no need to configure this anymore. We can go to Home again, and then we go to this very small cross again, and we close it. Now if we press Shift F3, we disable the effects of Reshade. And we press Shift F3 again, and it enables it again. And that's basically the whole story. Now I'm going to quit out of the game. Desktop. Now remember, the texture or the path that this path here that you have to copy and paste into Reshade has to be exact, and it needs to be exact to the character. How I got here is we simply go to your Rise of the Witch King folder, this Reshade shaders folder, and then we again double click shaders, and then in this bar here you can left click on this, and now you get this path here. This is the exact path that needs to go into Reshade. Normally Reshade automatically picks up on all the texture and shaders folders, but since the Rise of the Witch King folder name is so damn long, it will not automatically acquire it. So that's why we rename the Rise of the Witch King folder, and also edit the shortcut. Don't forget, edit the shortcut, otherwise your shortcut will no longer work. And yes, now it picks it up again. If we manually set the path in Reshade. I've shown you how to do it. If you can't get it to work, watch it again carefully. It will work if you do it this way. Yeah, that's basically the whole story. It's nothing groundbreaking, but I think it's a very nice visual, yeah, an increase in visual fidelity, and I personally like it a lot. And I'm gonna stop babbling and let you download Reshade. Goodbye.